All people have a natural need to trust each other. Trust is the foundation of any relationship. Without it, mankind is doomed to loneliness and lack of realization. Trust has always determined to what extent people's words and actions match and who they really are. The financial relations development made people seal their business deals in the contract. At first, verbal contract, then written agreement, but word still was the main guarantor. Later, the treaty process has become more complicated and led to increasing responsibility of the parties. However, the excessive desire for self-protection has led to even greater loss of confidence, though the need for trust remains and will never disappear. Almost any crisis is a crisis of confidence. For sure, nobody has forgotten the financial crisis of 2014, when the national currencies of many countries represented almost 300% depreciation. Dozens of thousands keeping their savings or deposits in rubles were broke. A number of banks just went bankrupt, and this turned out to be a really crushing blow to the economy. In spite of endless emissions, those echoes have been felt so far. Today inflation, the decline in consumer demand, economic decline, the rise of poverty and the decline of real incomes have already become the usual news feed for everyone. But progress goes on. People continue to build business relationships, and the amount of these relationships is increasing day by day. Of course, the speed of development and competition sets its own rules, which makes the relationships even more complicated. Each time a new idea appears, a question arises: how and who to implement it with? And if the question how is relatively simple, the question who only creates additional difficulties. Who can be trusted and who does not? How to test a person? How to work so that the contract is never violated. For a long time, there was only one way to verify it, by personal experience. Through cut-and-try method, loss and disappointments, people came to certain ways of reaching a consensus, which, however, still couldn't give full confidence in the absence of deception. It lasted until a new kind of interaction was invented. This kind led to the surge in business relationships, where people make decisions just on the stage of condition defining, and their relationships are controlled by a permanent digital code. And this is no longer fiction. This is a new era. This is what humanity needs so much. A world that has stepped into the digital kind of relations. A world where the mediator is not a person, but a code. A world where people don't trust a particular person, but a system invented by people themselves.